First pitch set to go. 1-0 the Braves. Masato Yoshii batting. Trying to anyway. Squeeze play doesn't work out so swell. Eddie Perez gets Cedeno out. Portions of this game were taped for training purposes. Fifth inning tied at 1. Walt Weiss went 3 for 4. He's on third. Gerald Williams going to left with it. Weiss will trot on home. Ricky Henderson. He has trouble with it. Williams will get himself to second base. 2-1 the Braves. Next batter, it's Brett Boone. Roger Cedeno showed him getting tagged out. This time, the put out. Diving extension, saving a run here. Gets it back to the infield in a hurry, too. We take another look to see how Czech women aged 18 to 40 feel about the play. They like it. Williams stranded at second. Sixth inning, Pat Mahomes throwing. 2-1 Braves. Eddie Perez. Home run. Batting .316 in the postseason. The Braves are up by a count of 3-1. To the seventh now. Runner at first, 3-1 Braves. Ray Ordonez. Right back to Greg Maddux. Maddux has won every National League pitching Gold Glove in the 1990s. Ninth inning, 2 out. Runner on first, Ordonez. Tying run at the plate. Chipper Jones going to try to make the play. Bobble disc. Right back in his bare hand. Wings it across. Nice hose to end things. John Rocker charging out to get it done, and he does. It's a 1-0 series, but a continuation of a season series. Henderson not well before this one, facing Kevin Millwood. Runners at second and third, 2 away. Henderson normally might get to first quicker. Didn't on this occasion. Bottom of the second, he's getting ill in the original sense of the expression. Bobby Valentine, the trainer, coming out to yank him out. Fifth inning, his replacements, Melvin Mora against Millwood. Slams that thing deep and out. So he has a postseason home run before his first regular season home run. Other than pitchers, only Frank Demery back in 1932 did the same. Or maybe Demery, I don't know, I wasn't there. Portions of olden day references used to cover a fine Mets double play in the fifth. Ordonez, Alfonso to Olerud, and they're gone. Sixth inning, 2-0 New York. Chipper Jones at first. Brian George, your batter, off of Kenny Rogers. Big plate of meat. And it's going off the pull. That's good. 2-run dong, ties it at 2. And Rogers is crestfallen. 2 batters later, Andrew Jones at first, Eddie Perez. Home run. Second home run in as many days. The Braves are up 4-2. Rogers is all done. Eighth inning, 4-3 Braves, 2 on for Robin Ventura. The intentional walk was to Mike Piazza with 2 outs. John Rocker. And he's chopping Brock alive to end the inning. Rocker's pumped, but then he always is. John Smoltz not running as fast as Rocker does to the field, but he's trying to get Bobby Bonilla low and outside for strike 3. Just another case of the man holding us down. Another case of the Braves beating the Mets. 4-3 in this one. Millwood goes 7 1/3, allowed 2 runs.
We also knew Atlanta's John Rocker and Chipper Jones, who both rip Met fans, were about to hear things about their family they never knew. To Shea Stadium we go, and there is John Rocker, Niedermeyer lookalike. Beefed up security in the Braves bullpen. I think Sipowicz is there from NYPD Blue. Top 1 runners on first and second, 1 out. Braves try the double steal. Piazza's throw. Uh-oh. Gerald Williams scores on that as Brett Boone advances to third. Braves went up 1-0 in the first. Brian Jordan, shallow. Melvin Mora getting the start in center. Boone says, you know what? I'm going to test double M. Melvin Mora, the throw right on line. Big collision. Piazza. Knocked down, but he holds on. His head hits the ground, but he holds on to the ball, and Boone is out. Can we take another look? Catcher cam to the next level. Wow. Piazza, mild concussion. He stayed in the game. Bottom 4, Ray Ordonez up. 2 out, 2 on Ordonez. That's hard. Brian Hunter, he made only 4 errors this year at first. Bottom 6, Piazza, who singled. Robin Ventura lines it. Walt Weiss all over it. Bobby V hoping for something in the 8th. He's running out of time. Mike Remlinger. Edgardo Alfonso, just awful. 0 for 4 with 3 Ks. Piazza hits it hard, would be hard enough. Brian Jordan just waiting to be tested. Under it. Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. Runner on first. John Rocker goes to work. Ray Ordonez can't find the space, and that is it. The Atlanta Braves win the game 1-0, ruining an outstanding outing for Al Leiter. Glavine, outstanding. 7 shutout innings. He's oh, good. My monitor works. John Smoltz trying to close out a sweep for the Braves. Would Rick Reed be up to the task? No score. Reed gets Ryan Klesko with a high heat. Top 4, still no score. And this time, Reed all over Chipper Jones. Bottom 4, John Smoltz also looking strong. So what else is new? This is the postseason, and he gets Mike Piazza swinging on the slider. Mets in need of some hitting for a change. Bottom 6, Smoltz facing John Olerud. John just 2 for 13 in the series before this. That's deep enough for a home run, and it put the Mets up 1-0. After the 7th, John Smoltz in the dugout trying to pump up his teammates, still down 1-0. Top 8, Rick Reed with a one-hitter, not anymore. Brian Jordan buries it like a deep, dark secret, and suddenly this game is tied at 1. The very next batter is Ryan Klesko, and Klesko with a sample of some serious length. Back-to-back home runs for the Atlanta Braves. The Braves were up 2-1. Rick Reed disaster in 3 pitches. Bottom 8, John Rocker, the patented sprint, trying to protect a 2-1 lead. What's that? Something thrown from the stands. Ozzie Guillen replaces Weiss at shortstop, the double switch. After that pitch, both Mora and Cedeno, who were on, moved up to second and third. And then with 2 outs, Olerud. 0 for 9 in his career against Rocker, breaks through against the reliever. 2 runs come in. The Mets lead it 3-2 on the clutch 2-out hitting of John Olerud. At the end of the inning, Rocker stressing the point. It's still 3 zipping games. Armando Benitez closing it out against Keith Lockhart. And the Mets remain alive. Unsung hero in this one, Roger Cedeno, 3 for 3 with a run scored and 2 stolen bases. Cedeno hitting .600 against Atlanta in this series. Rocker blowing his save for the first time in 8 chances this.
John Olerud gets a fastball up and takes Greg Maddux out. A 2-run homer, and the Mets go up 2-0. Game tied at 2, top of the 6th. 1 out, bases loaded for Maddux. And the squeeze is on. Maddux misses the bunt, and Ryan Klesko is hung out to dry, and the Mets get out of trouble. Bottom 6, 1 out, bases loaded for Ray Ordonez. Up the middle, Walt Weiss turns 2 on his shortstop counterpart. We go to the 13th, 2 outs, Keith Lockhart at first for Chipper Jones. Lockhart goes on the pitch, Chipper down the right field line, Melvin Mora, the relay to Edgardo Alfonso, the throw to Piazza, and Lockhart is meat. The Mets escape again. Top of the 15th, 2 outs, Walt Weiss is on second for Keith Lockhart, a great fastball hitter. Octavio Dotel gives the fastball. Lockhart delivers. Living up to his billing. Sean Dunston can't get it. Weiss scores on Lockhart's triple, 3-2 Braves. In the 15th, 1 out, bases loaded for Todd Pratt. Todd Pratt against Kevin McGlinchey. And McGlinchey walks in the tying run. Bobby Cox and Leo Mazzoni can't believe it. We're tied at 3. Next batter, Robin Ventura, 1 for 18 prior to this pitch. 2 for 19. He's got more grand slams than any other active player, but it proves to be a very, very long single because he doesn't circle the bases. The Mets win 4-3 instead of 7-3, and they will now head to Atlanta for Game 6.
Inning up 2-0 on the Braves, and Eddie Perez 2 for 3 in this game. 500 in the series, rips that. Chipper Jones come to score. Ned Yost waving on Brian Jordan. It's 4-0. Leiters yank. Failed to get an out for just the 2nd time in 210 career starts. 5-0 after 1. 7th inning, it's 7-5. John Smoltz to Mike Piazza. I am king of the diamond. Let there be an abundant clubhouse feast. Bring me the finest meats and cheeses throughout the land. Ties the game at 7 to the 8th. Still tied at 7. The rookie Melvin Mora having a big postseason. Rips that. Benny Agbayani coming around to score. He's not fast, but he does score. The Mets take an 8-7 lead. 8th inning, Braves trailing 8-7. It's Brian Hunter. 0 for 9 in the series until that. Off of John Franco. Otis Nixon scores, ties the game at 8. We're to extra innings to the 10th. Still 8 up. John Rocker against Todd Pratt. He's in for Mike Piazza. And lifts it to center. Andrew Jones has a shot. But the throw is up the line and not good. It's Agbayani again coming to score. Mets up 9-8. Trying to push a Game 7. 10th inning. First and second of the runners, Ozzie Guillen against Armando Benitez. To right, Andrew Jones is coming. Klesko going for third, but Moore with the good hose. Stops that runner there. It's tied at 9. Bottom of 11, still 9-9. Bases loaded. Kenny Rogers to Andrew Jones. No, sorry. And depression sets in. 15 walks and 19 postseason innings for Kenny Rogers in his career, and Bobby Valentine thought he had it to get to a Game 7. The elation for the Braves. They move on for a rematch with the Yanks from 1996.